All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here, Nick Strength and Power. So I wanted to make another female bodybuilding video about a specific female bodybuilder by the name of Rachel Mclish. So Rachel Mclish was actually the very first winner of the Miss Olympia competition in the year 1980. She was also famous. A lot of people don't know this, but she actually dated the bodybuilder Matt Mendenhall. So for those of you who don't know who Matt was, he was an NPC bodybuilder who was quite known for being probably the best bodybuilder that never turned pro. He competed against guys like Lee Haney as an amateur, and he lost to Lee Haney, I believe, at Nationals or the USA's, and he only lost to Lee Haney by 1 point. So as an amateur, he was a very good, very competitive bodybuilder, and many people believe he was the best bodybuilder to never turn pro. So her and Matt actually dated for quite a long period of time, I believe. So in 1980, like I said, she won the very first Miss Olympia competition there ever was. And she was pretty well known for being, not really being a mass monster like a lot of the girls are today. She had more of a bikini looking physique, really. If you look back at some of the old photos of her from 1980, she really looked more like a bikini competitor, smaller than most figure competitors today, and looked nothing like the female bodybuilders do today and that they did in the early 2000s. So her height was 5'6.5" and her weight was only 129 pounds on stage. So today, there are girls a couple inches shorter than that are 30, 40 pounds heavier than that on stage. I think there's even some 200-pound female bodybuilders on stage, towards the end of the early 2000s. So she was definitely no mass monster. She was definitely not some huge, muscle-bound freak, but she actually looked very aesthetic, very good, very petite. And that's really what her calling card was having more of a bikini physique than this big mass monster physique that we have today. So the early idea of what the Miss Olympia competition was really a whole lot different than what it's turned into today. In fact, it no longer exists today, but back then they had a whole different ideal in mind for what the Miss Olympia was going to be about. And over the years, obviously, that changed. So she won the 1980 Miss Olympia, like I said, and then the next year in 1981, she would place second at the Miss Olympia. In 1982, she would win the Pro World Championships. In 1982, she would also win the Mr. Olympia again, so she won 2 Olympia titles during her career. In 1983, she competed in the Caesars World Cup, where she placed third, and in 1984, she competed in the Miss Olympia a final time and placed second. And she had a pretty big rivalry with Corey Everson as well, and Corey Everson was who I believe dethroned her. So that was a pretty good rivalry that they had. So she's actually still alive today at the age of 61. And she is most known, like I said, for winning that first Miss Olympia competition. So I'm going to try to give you guys some more female bodybuilding videos, because I think the history of female bodybuilding is still, very important and very relevant to the sport, very relevant to the fitness industry. And I feel like it doesn't get talked about nearly enough. So please thumbs up the video if you enjoyed it, and I will continue to make more female bodybuilding themed videos every once in a while. So thank you for watching, guys. Nick Strength and Power, signing out.